Hello everyone, this is lesson 2 of how to create a WordPress website. And today we are going to talk about settings. In other words, everything on the drop down for settings. Okay, so how to get here? I am going to ask you to type the URL of your website and then /wp-admin. Okay, so your website /wp-admin, and you should be able to access the admin area of your website. So let's get started. On the left sidebar, go to settings and click on general site title. So you should have your site title. A tagline, enter a few words to describe what your website is all about. In this particular case, I have a couple of websites. This is my fitness website. So I say, stay fit and healthy. WordPress address, you should have by default your URL there, and the same over here for site address. And then you should have your email address in this field. Membership, you can allow people to register. In this particular case, I allow people to leave comments, but I don't allow people to register. All right, so I haven't checked this box, and here I could have anything. If you are going to allow people to register, then you check the box and then you decide what role are you going to give them. Is the visitor going to be a contributor, author, editor, administrator? All right, so let me uncheck this. Site language, you choose on the drop down, you choose what is applicable to you, and time zone, again, you choose what is applicable to you. Date format, you can choose one of these options. I'm quite happy with the first one. And time format, you choose one of those options. Again, I'm pleased with the first one. Week starts on Monday. You decide when week starts for you, perhaps on a Sunday or perhaps on a Monday. And you click on Save Changes. I don't need to do that, but I have clicked on it to show you what happens. So it reads there, I can close this. It reads, the settings were saved. I suggest that you scroll down the page and make sure that whatever changes you have done, in fact, have been saved. Okay, let's continue. Left side panel and the settings. Let's go to writing. Okay, so this, you are going to leave everything as is and categorize default post format standard, mail server, mail.example.com, login name, login at example.com, password, default mail category and categorize. You don't have to change anything here at all. Update services, when you publish a new post, WordPress automatically notifies the following site update services. So Pingomatic comes by default, and this, in fact, is a company belonging to WordPress.com. Okay, guys, you are welcome to check those two boxes for portfolio projects and testimonials, but I have to tell you that if you're interested in testimonials, I would rather go and search for a plugin, because there are many extremely good, well, there are a number of very good testimonial plugins out there. All right, so you click Save Changes. It takes you to the top of the page. Again, we haven't changed anything in this particular page. Let's go to reading. When we conclude the series on how to create a WordPress website, this is the last thing we are going to do. Is we are going to come here and we will decide whether you would like to have your latest post or a static page. But for that, you need to create a number of pages, before you'll be able to set this up. So let's continue. So for now, we leave as is. You can leave as a static page or your latest posts. We'll change this afterwards. Blog pages show at most 10 posts. Syndication feeds show the most recent 10 items. For each post in a feed, include a summary. So change from full text to a summary. Search engine visibility, you don't want to discourage search engines. In fact, you want your website to be picked up by all the search engines out there, Google and Yahoo, etc. Related posts, the following settings will impact all related posts on your site. So highlight related content with a heading, show a thumbnail image where available, show entry date. No, I suggest you leave the entry date out. You can publish a fantastic article today, and in 2 years' time, your article is still relevant. But in 2 years' time, a person sees the date and is going to say, no, this is dated, so I'm not going to bother clicking on it. So let's leave the entry date out. Show context category or tag. Okay, so make sure that you have also checked the highlight related content with a heading. What this does is, let's have a look at one of the posts. So this post here I have is a Tokyo, a track explored the greens of old and modern Tokyo, right? So let us assume that a visitor comes here and reads this article, sees the photos, and really enjoys the article. The probability is high that this visitor will want to read more articles on this particular website. So if I continue scrolling down, it says they're related, and it gives 3 related posts. Okay, this has a featured image, this has a featured image, this hasn't got a featured image. So it's important that you have a featured image on every post and page of yours. So the probability is high that this person will want to click one of these articles and continue reading. If this happens, that is going to be very good for my SEO. You don't want a person to arrive on your website and leave. You want a person to arrive on any page or post on your website and click somewhere there to go to another page or post on your website. Okay, let's continue. Follower settings, blog, follow, email, text. Howdy, you recently followed this blog's post. This means you will receive each new post by email. And comment, follow, email, text. Howdy, you recently followed one of my posts. This means you will receive da-da-da-da. So you leave as is and you click on save changes. Okay. Great. Again, remember what I said. So the page is going to save, is going to take you to the top of the page. Scroll down and make sure that all your settings have been saved. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to discussion. Click on discussion. This page opens up. Okay, and it says default and post settings. Would you check the first 3? Attempt to notify any blogs linked to from the post, allow link notifications from other blogs, pingbacks and trackbacks on new posts, allow people to submit comments on new posts. You want people to leave comments on your posts. You want to engage with people out there. All right. So a person leaves a comment and you reply to that comment. Great. Other comment settings. Comment author must fill out name and email. This is important because it will prevent some spam and malicious comments. Okay, because if a person has to register his email address, then if it is malicious comment or spam, whatever, you can actually block this visitor. I'm going to show you in a moment how to do that. Okay, so the other 3 you leave unchecked. And check this one, enable threaded nested comments. It can be 3, 4, 5. I have 5. And check also this box, break comments into pages with 50 top level comments per page. And the last page displayed by default. Comments should be displayed with the newer comments at the top of each page. So the most recent comments should be at the top of the page. Email me whenever anyone posts a comment. This is important. Okay, a comment is held for moderation. No, because you're not going to have any comments held for moderation. And check someone likes one of my posts and check someone follows my blog. Before a comment appears, you can leave those 2 unchecked. Comment moderation. Hold a comment in the queue if it contains 2 or more links. Why? A common characteristic of comment spam is a large number of hyperlinks. All right, so if it so happens that a person is leaving malicious comment, etc., you can enter his or her email address over here. All right, so at gmail.com. Okay, and then you have another person, okay, at yahoo.com or whatever the case is. Right, so a person who next time is going to try and leave a comment, he or she must enter his or her email address. And if it is one of these email addresses, then he or she will not be able to leave a comment. Okay, so let's take that out. And Markdown, use Markdown for comments. You can check that. Avatar display, I am going to have training on Gravatar later on. But for now, would you check show avatars and Gravatar hover card? Well, what is that? So let's go back to our post on Tokyo and the Gravatar hover card. So these are Gravatar hover cards. If I hover over Kristen, so it looks like a business card. It has got a thumbnail photo of her name. She's from the US, and she says that she enjoys family and learning about healthy living. And you can click and view her complete profile. So guys, this is very important. All right, this is very important for you to have a Gravatar. Maximum rating suitable for all audiences. And default avatar, you can choose one of these. I like Identicon. You could go for mystery person, blank Gravatar logo. If you are younger, you want to go for Wavatar, Monster ID, Retro, etc. But what they do is they make a drawing. If you don't have a thumbnail, so in my particular case, I have a photo. Okay, photo, my name, and a little bit of what I do. But let's have a look. Let's go back here. So Kristen has a photo, right? And you see a few photos, but you also see those who don't have a photo. Look, these haven't got photos, right? So it makes a small drawing for that particular person who doesn't have a photo. Live and work out. It will be better. I strongly recommend that you add your profile to Gravatar. We'll talk about Gravatar on another lesson. And let's continue. So Identicon, okay, for all those who don't have photos. And comments, greeting text. Okay, so make this a warm greeting, looking forward to your comment or whatever you'd like to say. Hey, welcome, we really would like to have your comments, something like that. And then color scheme, light, can be light, dark, or transparent. Light or transparent are exactly the same, interesting enough. And actually it looks much better than if it is dark. Jetpack, if you are on Jetpack, guys, we'll have training on Jetpack later on. For those of you who already have Jetpack, so follow blog, check that field, and follow comments, check that field as well. If you don't have Jetpack as yet, we'll talk about this on another lesson. So remember to always click on Save Changes, okay? And it's going to take you to the top of the page, and afterwards let's click on Media. All right, so media, thumbnail size, 150, 150, you can leave as is. Medium size, 300, 300. Large size, I suppose you have 1024, something like that, 1024 pixels. You know what, let's increase this to 1200 pixels. So you just put there 1200 by 1200. Uploading files, organize my uploads into month and year-based folders. The background color can be white or black. This is a small frame around your photos. Metadata, show photo metadata in carousel, and comments, show comments area in carousel. I am going to show you what a carousel is. So we have a jacaranda walk in Kensington every year. All right, you can see the jacaranda trees over there. And let's scroll down to this carousel. I click on it. So this is a carousel, right? This is a carousel. And people can leave a comment in each of the images in your carousel. So this is what it means there by image gallery carousel. So metadata, you check that box, and comments, you check this field as well. And click on Save Changes. Always remember, if you update anything, always remember to click on Save Changes afterwards. Great. Let's go to Permalinks. So Permalinks, it's very easy. You should check post name and not any of the others. So this one is an example. If it was plain like this, what this URL here would show, this is my website, fitandfornow.com/Tokyo tree trek, explore the greens of old and modern the Tokyo. But if I had as plain, then it would show page 123. When I create a new page, it would show page 124, which means nothing for humans and means nothing for Google bots or search engines. So you want to have something like this. You want to have the title, Tokyo Tree Trek, explore the greens of all the modern Tokyo. You want to have there. This one is fitandfunnow.com is my website. And then the page, the actual page is called, let me close this. The actual page, let's go to the top here. The page is called the Kensington. The title of the page is the Kensington Jacaranda Walk 2020. So this is what you should have in the URL of this particular page. Okay, this is also known as the slug, the friendly ending of your URL. All right. So let's go back onto post name, and everything else is fine. I'm not going to click on save changes because it was on post name. And then lastly, let's do sharing. Let's do sharing. And here we have two things to address. One is publicize settings. I am going to click there, and it takes us away from the admin area of my website. It takes me to the admin area of my website in WordPress.com. Okay, and so where are we? This is website Fit and Fun Now. We are in marketing and integrations, connections. Have you got that? Okay, and so something very interesting is that my Facebook, okay, it disconnected for whatever reason. Well, it gives me opportunity of showing you how to do it. So let's click on and continue as Tony. Okay, let's wait a moment. So I have a couple of pages, and this particular one, this is my main working website. This is my fitness website. So, okay, and what I am, and I have a couple of other websites that I have done for customers, but Fit and Fun Now, and I click on connect. And we just wait a few moments. The publicized connection already exists. It already exists. So I definitely am connected. I'm not going to change anything, but this is how you do it. You just click on the connect button and you follow the prompts. Okay, so now how do we get back onto the admin area of my website? It's very easy. You scroll down and you click on WP admin. WP stands for WordPress admin. So it takes us back onto the admin area of my website. And remember, we were in settings. So you just have to scroll down to settings, and we were in sharing. If you remember, we were on sharing. And the last thing we are doing today is the sharing buttons. Okay, now all these buttons were up there. Okay, let's put on Twitter there. Let's put them back over there, and then email. So all these were up there. So what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you just have to move them down to enable them. Okay, and you put them in the order that you feel it's important for your visitors. So for my visitors, and Facebook is number 1, and Twitter number 2, LinkedIn number 3, email I am going to have lost. The very last, I just have to find a space there for, I want email as the last one. Let me try this other way around. There. All right. So Facebook number 1, and Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., and email. And how this comes normally by default, it used to be icon plus text, which is kind of dull. Okay, so let's add a little bit of color. It makes this much more visible. It looks better. All right, yeah, it looks better for me. You decide what you'd like to have. So you have a couple of options over there. I'm going to leave as is. Share this on and check the first 3 boxes: the front page, archive pages, and search results. and posts and pages. Media leave out, because otherwise it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be too many buttons. You don't want that. So, and by the way, where do these appear on the front end of your website? Well, and there they are. And depending on the theme of your website, you can have these at the very top, you can have these at the bottom, you can have these as widgets, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's continue. And so if you are on Twitter, I am on Twitter for my business website, not for my fitness website. So you enter your site tag here. WordPress.com likes are on for all posts. I like that. So again, where are the likes? Let's scroll down, and likes are normally on the bottom. So you allow the person to read your article, okay? And if he or she has enjoyed reading, he or she will be able to leave, will be able to click on the like button. Okay, and you click on Save Changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this was helpful, would you give it a thumbs up, if you please, and subscribe to the channel. So I wish you all the best with your settings as you are creating a new website. Cheers.